This is the Introduction to Medical Laboratory, ALH 310. This will give you a brief idea how this course is organized. It is a 3-credit course, but because it is set up with 2 hours of lecture, or 2 credits of lecture and 1 credit of lab, it's a 7-hour-a-week course. The 3 hours are done online, and these would be the presentations and interaction. There are PowerPoints that are narrated, so you will peruse those. I would prefer probably you print them out first and then put your notes on them as you go. And then there are discussion boards for interaction. These are situated, as you'll see, in each weekly folder. Usually the PowerPoints, because per week there can be anywhere between 1 and 9. The 9 ones generally are shorter, but you might have 2 or 3 that pertain to a topic, and then the discussion board will follow, perhaps another presentation or 2, a discussion board, another presentation or 2, and a discussion board. Like I said, there's either somewhere between 3 sets or just 1 set of presentation and discussion board. And then, of course, the 4 hours of lab are here on Wednesdays in ATEC 211 from 5 to 9 p.m. There is out-of-class work. There are required readings of the textbooks. There are 2 textbooks, one for lab and then one for the EHR later on. There's studying to do. There are assignments. We'll talk about those in a bit. And there's a research project, which is a paper. You must get a 73% or greater for your overall class grade to have this considered to be a successful completion to count towards your moving on to internship. You must get an 80% on all competencies. You do have 3 opportunities to do that. But my suggestion is be prepared. There's plenty to do in this class so that you're good to go the first time. The introduction, which I hope you found, is on the course syllabus in the menu. That doesn't make sense. The course syllabus is on the menu, so over on the left, and I would like you to peruse that first of all, and then we'll talk a little bit more about it in class as well, and then go to the acknowledgement discussion board. And please do that by this first Friday. There is the course introduction folder where you found this, and you'll follow the by listening to this, by taking the pretest. And then there's a project folder because we talked about the paper that is due. There's a rubric so that you can see what's needed to gain all the points. We'll talk about a due date in lab class. This class will decide upon a date. As I said, there are online presentations and discussion boards. They are organized in folders by weeks of the term, and these are in there. The folders are labeled week 1 through 11. There is also a general course discussion board you can go to. If you have any questions or comments that you'd like everyone to see, that might be a good idea. Although if you need something from me later on in this presentation, we'll talk about the best way to reach me most quickly and for a most efficient answer. Of course, the out-of-class work, as we said, there are required readings from the text. They are listed on the syllabus under the course schedule, and they are also in each weekly folder. The first item is called a checklist. The assignments, here again, are listed in the syllabus and in the weekly folder. There are 5 of them. The first 4 are from Davis Plus online, which there is also a folder in coursework that tells you how to access that. It also lists the assignments and the due dates on there as well. And then the final one is actually in 3 parts. It will be Chapter 7 from the EHR textbook, and the 3 parts of that assignments will be the last 3 weeks of the term. They can be handed in 3 different parts, either uploaded or hand in a hard copy, but all work must be in by Wednesday the 22nd by 5 o'clock for them to count. The course project, as we said, again, a research paper, rubric posted. We'll talk about the due date later. The on-ground labs will consist sometimes of a little review of the coursework, and then there will be, which include case studies and activities. And then there will be competency demonstrations, and the competency rubrics for each Wednesday are in the folder for that week. And then you'll have time to practice them with each other, to ask me questions as you practice, and then of course competency evaluations are done, which I said you must get an 80%. In order to successfully complete a competency, I don't do, and we'll talk more about this in lab, I don't do competency days. It's your job to use your time management to work these out throughout the term. Don't let them all go to the end. And of course, all the exams, other than the pretest, which is in this folder, which I'd like you to take now before you come to the first lab, but the other ones will all be in lab class. And as I said, if you have any questions about the course, the competencies, the assignment, the best way to reach me is by email, because I try to check that probably every hour from 7 or 8 a.m. to 9 or 10 p.m. each evening. You can mail directly from the college email. My email is right there, or you can do it through the email on the menu of Blackboard. You can post on the general discussion board. You can call the office. Here's the phone number. If I'm not there, you can leave a message. I certainly will check those messages periodically. If you do have questions, though, you need to ask them, because you want to successfully complete this course. And if there's something you don't understand, like I said, shoot me an email. There are certain times that I may not be available, but I will check that most frequently and get back to you just as soon as I can.